Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and staying safe during this time. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Like I said, thank you so much for checking me out. If you haven't done so, please make sure to hit that subscribe button just right below the video. Cool, thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. And if you're returning, welcome back. Thanks again for your support. I truly do appreciate having you here.
So guys, I want to start this off by quickly covering what set me off on Twitter today, and that has to do with this interview between Laura Shin and Nikki Kristoff. They were essentially talking about how they believe the crypto community has been counterproductive in the crypto community calling out different regulators, specifically talking about Gary Gensler. Now, this really set me off for a couple of reasons, but one of the things that I thought was fundamentally wrong with what these people were saying, regardless of whether I agreed with them, was they were saying it was not a smart business decision, and when you deal with regulators, you have to act like it's a business transaction. Now, that pissed me off so much because that's not the regulators' jobs. Regulators are put into power to serve the people, but that's not what's happening. The SEC is using its power to push its own agenda. The idea that we should be careful about how we express our anger towards this is ignorant to the fundamental problem. And this is exactly what's going on. We shouldn't have to be concerned about what we say on Twitter and about pissing off different regulators, because if they were doing their job, none of this would be an issue. No XRP holder I know has once asked for XRP to have special privileges no other cryptocurrency has. All we're asking for is a level playing field, and we are being denied this right. It is absurd to imply that we are in the wrong for calling out the SEC for their misguided and fundamentally corrupt behavior when we are simply trying to expose the problems going on at this agency. At the end of the day, though, I really think there's two main reasons that people like this would be defending the SEC's actions, and that's for two reasons. One, they are clearly Bitcoin and Ethereum maxis, and if you follow any of their other work, this is very obvious. They don't feel a threat from Gary Gensler because both of those projects already got their free pass. So for them, more clarity for other projects simply means a disruption of the Ethereum Bitcoin monopoly that has been created by our regulators. But maybe most importantly, they understand that the XRP community is making a difference and have been a substantial reason Ripple has done so well in this case. I want to read you this tweet by Ashley Prosper because I thought it was spot on. The reason the case hasn't gone the SEC's way is in no small part thanks to the connection XRP holders and the XRP community have had to the case. Disconnecting from it would be the worst thing to do. We do not fear. We do not tire. We are the XRP army. I thought this was beautifully said. The XRP community, the XRP army, is no doubt having a significant impact on this case. And I think the simple fact that these Bitcoin and Ethereum maxis are trying to tell us to stop shows how influential we really have been. No, I'm not saying go make threats to people or anything crazy like that, but stating your opinion on Twitter, stating your dissatisfaction is one of the best ways we can get in these politicians' heads and let them know that if they keep up their corrupt activities, they will without a doubt not be serving us the next time an election comes around. Now guys, it's time to talk about the main topic of this video. Did the lawyers following the Ripple SEC case just rug pull us? Obviously, no, they didn't just rug pull us. These guys have been doing an amazing job. But something just happened today that was honestly very unexpected. And if you want to know the exact details of why a lot of lawyers had the timelines wrong for this case, you should read through this entire thing by James K. Filan. We're not going to go through this entire thing. It's very technical, very complex, and really just says that the summary judgment filings are a lot more intricate than a lot of people have been telling us. And if we take a look at one specific quote he said, I think a more realistic timeline for summary judgment motions would be opening briefs in either July or August, and then all briefing completed by either October or November. So if you're thinking, oh, well, October and November, that's not bad. That's just the briefing. So if we take a look at what John Deaton had to say about this, John Deaton said, bottom line, we'll know more Friday, and Friday is the date that these parties are going to get together and start planning out the timeline for summary judgment. So it's very important we don't jump to any crazy conclusions, get too upset about anything before we see this. But John Deaton goes on to say, previously, I was asked for the best and worst case scenario. I said best case September and worst case late December. After more careful consideration, absent of settlement, which is very key, my new prediction is that the best case is late December. And that is nearing 2023 at the best case scenario. So there's something really important we have to look at here. All of this is all about summary judgment. It's about Ripple winning the case outright. One thing we know for sure, Ripple has always been on the right side of the facts, always been on the right side of the law, and their arguments have been destroying the SEC in court thus far. So this summary judgment, these new dates being proposed by the lawyers, have to do with Ripple winning outright in summary judgment. Now, I see a lot of lawyers on Twitter saying that they believe this is now a likely scenario, but I think it's so important to point out that this is not what they were saying just a couple short months ago. A couple short months ago, most of these lawyers we were following were telling us that a settlement was the most likely scenario. And not much has changed between now and then, except for the fact that Ripple has won a lot of major rulings and the SEC has delayed a lot of their losses. So I don't really see why a lot of this thought process would really change. Now, in my eyes, this pushed back summary judgment schedule for when Ripple could win the case outright, in my opinion, actually makes a settlement more likely. And let me see if I can break this down for you guys in an easy way to understand. First of all, and maybe most importantly, are the facts. Almost 90% of cases against the SEC end up settling. So statistically, our best bet for an outcome of this case is a settlement regardless of what has happened up until this point. Like we said before, Ripple is killing the SEC on major rulings. The SEC in no doubt is going to lose in a big way at summary judgment, and we know if they lose in a massive way at summary judgment, they are going to lose a lot of their power over the rest of the crypto industry. The SEC is heavily incentivized to settle this thing with Ripple rather than letting this thing get to summary judgment. In my opinion, it really doesn't make any sense for the SEC to want to go to summary judgment, because based on what we have seen out of the judges who have said things like, my understanding of XRP is that not only does it have a sort of currency value, but it also has utility, and that utility distinguishes it, I think, from Bitcoin and Ethereum. And also, presumably under this theory then, every individual in the world who is selling XRP would be committing a Section 5 violation based on what you just said. So based on these statements made by the court, as well as multiple very beneficial rulings for Ripple, I don't think it's much of a stretch to say at summary judgment, it's highly likely that the court would be leaning in Ripple's favor. So why would the SEC be willing to take this to summary judgment and lose their regulatory power over the entire crypto industry if they could settle this case, only lose their power over one cryptocurrency, XRP, and then continue to go after the rest of the crypto industry? It doesn't make any sense why they would push this thing to summary judgment. And with this extended summary judgment timeline we are now looking at, it also doesn't make sense for Ripple to take it all the way. If summary judgment was right around the corner, Ripple could say, hey, we might as well beat the SEC at summary judgment. We've already come all this way. Let's just end it. But instead, now if Ripple has to wait a whole nother year to end this thing, they might be incentivized to say, hey, look, SEC, we'll pay you what you want. Just tell us XRP is not a security in writing and we'll be on our way. That's good enough for us. You don't have to hand over the Bill Hinman emails. None of that gets leaked to the public. You can keep going after other crypto projects, but XRP is good and we're out of here. Based on everything I have seen talking to different lawyers, following this case, it seems to me like this makes the most sense, statistically and in a way that benefits both parties. Now guys, like I said earlier, we're gonna have to wait till Friday to see how this is gonna play out. Hopefully then we'll have a better idea of how all of this is gonna go down, but this is my initial thinking as of now. I am confident that there will be a settlement.
I'm your guy. I will keep you posted. I'm your advocate. I'll be back on a daily basis, usually multiple times per day, with these videos to keep you updated with everything going on. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Feel free to share any of my videos with your friends, family, social media, or anybody who may care to listen. Thanks so much for your continued support. I'm always here for you. I want to help you through this time. So thank you so much for continuing to choose me. Enjoy your day, stay safe, and I'll catch you again probably in a couple hours. Thanks, everybody. See you later.